First of all, thank you so much for having me, Bev, and it's a true pleasure. Now, we have to understand that the Philippines and Australia share a long-standing security partnership, and there are a series of bilateral agreements that really complement that security partnership, including one in the 90s, the 2007 status of VFA. And however, in the past, bilateral security relations often functioned against the backdrop of the U.S. hub and spoke system. But today, we could definitely see that there is momentum from both states to independently forge a path towards their strategic partnership as a stabilizing force in the Indo-Pacific. So, on one hand, you have Australia seeking to play a larger, more proactive role as a responsible security and development partner in the Indo-Pacific, and on the other hand, you have Manila under President Marcos Jr., who has also been steadfast in enhancing Philippine defense capabilities, the defense network, narrowing down the functional gap of the hub and spoke system. So, the aim is really to strengthen Philippine maritime security with like-minded democratic partners. So the Philippines and Australia were already natural security partners from the beginning. But the momentum that we are continuously seeing today is a reflection of the convergence of both states.
Yeah. So what practically do you think is going to happen between our two countries?
Definitely there is the security realm, which I think is one of the most significant aspects where the Philippines and Australia are significantly deepening and broadening their partnership. So along with a mutual logistics support agreement recently, we have the makings of a potential regular joint maritime exercise. And you see there's the potential quad-like arrangement with the US and Japan as well. So we're expecting more frameworks to be operationalized in the coming years, including capacity building through modern tech, hopefully. But, I believe the aim is not to frame the relationship based on a transactional approach, but rather an equitable one, where both can gain from each other's advantages. And in order to have that level of comprehensiveness, Australia and the Philippines would also need to ramp up their economic cooperation. Australia, as of the moment, its relationship with the Philippines in terms of economics is quite limited compared to Australia's relations with other Southeast Asian countries. So the need to work on that realm along with infrastructure is important. And people-to-people ties would definitely be a key area. So, the visas have also been a great incentive for Filipinos who'd want to travel and study abroad in Australia. So air connectivity is also an aspect. So we're looking to a multifaceted partnership, but I feel that the economic realm should be given much more importance as well.
Yeah. So that's where it also really needs to be more practical and deepen as well. How, China is proving quite a belligerent player in the region, and we've seen a lot of intimidation of the Philippines in recent weeks and months. How concerned do you think China might be about these growing alliances?
Well, you're absolutely right. Since the 1940s, China has been indulging in expansive territorial interests. Today, with its vast material capabilities, China continues to translate such capabilities into belligerent and assertive actions against the sovereignty, sovereign rights, and interests of its neighbors and extended neighbors. So the Philippines and Australia are no strangers to such maneuvers. However, as both countries work closer, it is inevitable for China to act negatively as it feels that, such actions have a impact on its regional ambitions, its narrowly driven ambitions. However, from Manila's perspective, while it still seeks to engage diplomatically with China, it has realized that China is unwilling to curb its assertiveness, in order to act like a better neighbor. So therefore, in order to have that level playing field, Manila will have to enhance its partnerships with like-minded partners such as Australia. And this would be mutually beneficial at a time when the Indo-Pacific's future remains uncertain.
Yeah. It seems to me that there's been quite a shift with the new administration of Bongbong Marcos. What is its new priority, do you think, from a foreign affairs point of view?
Well, the priority as far as Philippine national interest is concerned, is to definitely uphold Philippine sovereignty and sovereign rights based on international law, based on the 2016 arbitral ruling. And with that, of course, extending its partnerships with like-minded democratic countries in order to make that goal a reality, along with its goal of expediting its military modernization program. And in June, earlier this year, President Marcos Jr. also said the Philippines would be more willing to engage with non-traditional like-minded partners as well, such as India, in the areas of security and development. So I feel that everything now is quite compatible. For four countries, for example, the US, Philippines, Japan, Australia, and even India with an extension. So I believe that the priority would be creating that atmosphere towards enhancing Philippine maritime security and territorial defense at a time when China continues to show its unwillingness to act like a better neighbor.
Yeah, a timely shift, I would imagine. Great to have you on, Don. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Bev.